Hi and welcome to Tarot's first ever annual tarot reading for 2015. Welcome. Let's take a look into the possible things that we need to be aware of throughout 2015. And how I'm going to do this reading is, if you watch the weekly readings, you know that I use my Ask Your Guides Oracle deck and the Ascended Masters Oracle deck, as well as the Mystic Tarot Dreamer tarot deck, these ones here. And how I'm going to do it is, this card here is going to represent what 2014 was. This is how I do actually my private readings. This is my detective work to find out where the person's at and how I can help them, and that's their basis foundation. And then this is our takeaway card at the very end of the reading, and I'm going to be doing month by month. So I picked 12 cards here already, and we're going to go month by month, and we're going to see what the card of each month for 2015 is going to be. So it should be interesting. I haven't done any readings for myself even, so let's get at her, pitter patter and get at her. I tried to do this video a couple of times, like 3 times, and it just wasn't working. I was trying to do it indoors. For whatever reason, I have to be outside to do these videos, or else it just doesn't feel right. So here we go. Okay, what was 2014? Loss. Oh my goodness. So this was what 2014 actually represented for us. And you know, here, good news is the healer guides are here to help us as we transition from this loss into newfound wisdom, healing, and moving forward. So that's good. 2014's over. I know it was a tough year for a ton of people. My clients in particular, and myself, have seen people pass away, pets pass away. There has been loss of all kinds. It's been challenging, but that's okay. Let's put that to rest. How to complete your year. Make sure you watch that video. I will put it in the little area up to the right hand corner for the next video to watch for you. But close out 2014, and super important, so that it's done, it's finished, and that those lessons don't have to come back. Just say, hello, I learned my lesson. Thank you very much for guiding me along this path, and I appreciate everything that you have showed me. Okay. So if you have experienced loss, I want to say, and first off, I'm going to send you a little love right now. And second is, you're not alone. A lot of people had a tough time, but it's going to be better this year. I'm feeling really good things for us. So let's get on to the cards, the tarot cards. The Mystic Dreamer Tarot deck is my absolute favorite deck. I love it because of the artwork and all of those things. Okay, so this showed up in the first week's reading for January. So 7 of Wands. This is about standing your ground. This is a time for assertiveness, for us to know where you want to go this year, right? You've got a lot. Maybe you've lost a partner, or a job, or a friend, or anything, and it doesn't literally mean death. But what I'm getting at is, if you have lost people and you're opening up to a new way of being, right? You got to stand your ground. You got to know where you're coming from. You got to know what you're defending. So it's time for you to be decisive and a little bit assertive. And I want to say, with this is a time for you to draw your boundaries. So this is our lesson. The other thing, I'm going to talk a little bit about the card in upright, which is everything that I talked about, and in reverse, this also indicates that you may be pushing too hard, or standing up for stuff that isn't actually what you're standing up for. You're just fighting for the sake of fighting. So don't be that person, right? This month is about knowing and setting your boundaries for this year. And along with that, that's about people that are time wasters, time suckers, energy suckers, and all of that. So lighten your load a little bit. Send away any kind of hurt feelings or lost feelings from 2014 away, and start standing up for yourself, and I guarantee you're going to feel a lot better. Okay, so let's look into February. Okay, it's funny. Seven of Cups. Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups. Wands represent fire, ambition, and relationships. Cups represent our emotions and our emotional values and where we're coming from. And in this card, there's many choices to be made here, right? For home, life, business, work, family, all of those things. So from January into February, we're going to be assessing what we actually want, where do we want to live, how do we want our life to be. And this is the time, it's actually a really important time for us to co-create and kind of bring in the law of attraction as we are deciding what we want to do, right? So be the co-creator of your life with spirit, with your guides, with angels, with God, and really decide what you want so that they can work their magic and bring it to you. But you have to be decisive, right? The other thing is with this card is that there's many different choices, right? So sometimes in the reverse we get stuck, we're overwhelmed, it's too much, I don't know what to do, I'm an emotional wreck, I can't move forward, blah blah. But when it's upright, we have a lot of choices. It's time to be decisive, and it's time to pick with logic, not your emotions. Not your heart, not your emotions. It's time to pick with logic. What is going to be best for the long run? Now, especially if you're in business and you're having these maybe lofty dreams where I want to do this and I want to do that, and you haven't put a finger on it yet, you're kind of just throwing it out there, you need to make a plan, right? You can't just be all, I dreamed to do this, and then have no plan and expect it to all work out for you. Although that can happen on occasion with the power of the law of attraction and bringing it to you, it's not usually the way it happens. What happens is you have to put in a little bit of effort so that the guides and angels can work their magic to send the right people, the right opportunities, and the right stuff to you. So get decisive. That's really important for February. Now on to March. Okay, what is it? March. Okay. So Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a card that can represent insomnia. But if you look at it carefully, there's stuff under the bed. This is stuff, there's also a teddy bear there hiding. This is about resolving past issues from our childhood. This is the stuff that that keeps us up at night, that has our insecurities in full force, that maybe we don't want to think about. Or this could be also, this is all about our intellect, right? Swords are about our intellect, our thinking. It's ruled by the air. This is definitely a nighttime card. The thing that I want to say with this is that you got to listen to your dreams. This is when nighttime is when intuition runs wild. This is when your angels can talk to you the best at around 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Because when we are sleeping, our subconscious rises, and then the angels don't have to work as hard to talk to us. So we meet them kind of halfway. So it's time to really take note of those things that from the past that are holding us back. Now that can be relationships, the way people made us feel, that can be all sorts of abuse, or, you know, feeling like you're not good enough, and all of those things that are really, really at our core of our being. It's time to work it out with this. In reverse, it says to, I always say this to anybody that gets this, and I don't care if you're 19 or 92. When it comes up in reverse, it's also about a warning about pills. What kind of pills are you taking? Prescription, sleep aids, antidepressant pills, all of that stuff. It's a time to look at everything that you're putting into your body, including vitamins and supplements and stuff like that, because sometimes people think, oh, it's vitamins, and they can actually counterattack different things, such as, they just don't work together well. So this is a big time to let go of those fearful emotions, and the fear of not knowing what to do in February brings us to March with this, and we're going to deal with this then. Okay? April. April is a big month for meditation. Big choices. Things are being made. So this is again by our intellect. This is also about removing yourself from the situation. This is about not listening to those other people that may be fearful about things. So that comes up when, such as if you're starting a new business, people that have worked for the government for 30 years always get nervous for you when you want to start something on your own. That can be as well, it doesn't even matter. The Four Swords also represents possibilities to have surgery of some kind, which could be very welcomed for some people as something that they've been waiting for a long time. But it's also just about meditation, relaxation, taking naps, because we're going to be tired from the month before anyway, so January, February, March, April. And then, so we're going to be recovering, resting, taking note to ourselves, and taking ourselves outside of the hustle and bustle and overstimulation, right? So it's going to be a good month to cut back on TV and computer time, things like that. In reverse, it means that you refuse to make a choice, or you don't want to, or you're listening to everybody else too much, and it's not going to work out the way you had planned, because it's not coming from your soul, it's not coming from your intellect, it's coming from what everybody else thinks is best for you, but really the best person that knows what's for you is you. So trust your intuition, trust your guidance. You've been getting the signs from from the month before. You've been getting the signs in dreams, nocturnal happenings, and feelings, so trust those and move forward there. So now we're going into May. Ooh, Ace of Cups. So finally, and I was going to say this too, because we got a 7, 7, and a 9, and 4. Well, the 9 actually kind of is on the completion edge of stuff, so there's going to be an end of a cycle there. I'd be actually curious to find out what that has to do, correlates with in the astrology, because there's probably an ending of a cycle right there. But into May, this is a gift of love, okay? So this is our emotions. Again, the cups. Emotions running wild. But this is a good wild. This is if you're single, you may be finding that special somebody, or meeting somebody, or you may be getting nuptials, getting married, or getting asked to be engaged, or you may just decide to just fall in love with yourself, which is very, very beautiful. Reverse aspect of this, I'm going to go through really quite quickly. It can mean depression, it can mean unhappiness, it can be non-communication within relationships. So make sure that you're giving your best, that you're communicating, that your relationships are going the way that you want them to be, and give everything that you would like to receive. And if you're not receiving it back, it may be time to say goodbye. So, but that's May. Ace of Cups, fabulous, fabulous card. So self-care is definitely on the number one for May as well. But I think that should be every month anyways. So now we're going to go into June. Strength. This is so funny. June. Okay, so May is the Ace of Cups, and June is the Strength card. Now, I always call this the sexy card or the sex card because it rowels up your Kundalini energy. This is also a card that's related to Leo with the lion and the power and strength, right? We have the strength to get through anything. Trust yourself. You can tame the beast. Look at her. She's like not even afraid, and she's got that big roaring lion behind her. She's all like, whatever, I got this under control. I'm covered. That fire, that passion. This is a great month to start working on a project, to light that fire within you, to do any kind of project that's passionate. There is also, this is about sex in the bedroom and stuff like that. You might find that you're sparked up a little bit and you may be having more of it, or because you met that person in May, you may be just like in that honeymoon phase and doing stuff there. So I wish you luck with that. The reverse side is if you don't get out of bed, you can't accomplish anything. Or if you're not feeling passionate about a project, I think it's time to put it off to the side and wait for you to feel passionate about it. But you have to come from passion from the center of your being throughout June. So make that happen. So let's go into July. Okay. July. Justice. Balance. After the lovey-dovey and all the fun, charged, and passionate month of June, we've got July with the Justice card. This is Libra. This is balance. This is, yes, you go out, but yeah, you got to stay home sometimes. This is about following programs and projects step by step all the way to completion. It's ruled by, like I said, Libra, which is the scales. This is also, it could be a conclusion to a legal battle that has been long awaited. So that would be welcome. The other thing is in July here, we don't want to be, like, this is again a self-care thing. It's about the taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. It's about, it could be going back to school. It kind of represents that, but that's a wrong time. But you could be enrolling in school. But this is about really knowing karmic justice will take place. If you're in the reverse, it's unbalanced, it's going out too much, it's drinking too much, it's still staying in the bedroom too often, things of that nature. But, you know, when we find that perfect balance, and I'm a Libra, I'm always seeking balance, life flows, right? So get into the flow of things and start working your own magic and creating your own justice for your own life, and know that, you know, feel that you are worth whatever you are getting and been given. And if a lawsuit goes your way, which I hope it does with this card for you, that just know that you deserve it, that is exactly what was intended to be. So accept it graciously and move on. So now we're into August. Woohoo! So we got the Death card in August. New life. This could mean that romance was just short-lived. It also means that there's just new life here for you. You may feel like seriously just a new person. 2015 brings out this energy that we're kind of rebirthing ourselves, that things are new, but it takes a while to get through that process. When we had to go back and we have to deal with our emotions from the childhood and past and let go of some of that stuff, then there is always hope and new life at the end of the tunnel. So, because there is sun and there is spirit here and there is a child, and it means that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Death isn't bad. This can mean that you quit your job and you just go full time at your business. Woohoo! Or it can mean that it's an end of a relationship that wasn't really great for you, anyways. Whatever it is, the new beginning is there for you. It may be a little bit tough to get through. That's okay. But know that your angels and guides are there to help you. If it's in reverse, you're hanging on to things too long, it's time to let go. So let it go. Work on letting it go. Okay, September, my month, my birthday, the last day of the month. Eight of Swords. So we've got the swords again. We haven't gotten any pentacles, which is kind of funny to me. Eight of Swords again, this is about our intellect. Don't let your self-limiting beliefs stop you from achieving your goals. This is when I got to wrestle with all the time, so I kind of find it appropriate that it comes up in September. But, so if you look at her, she's going, oh, woe is me, I can't move forward, I can't do anything. But there's nothing blocking her inner path, okay? So, this is let go of self-limiting beliefs. You are not stuck. You can do whatever you want. And start doing affirmations. That's affirmations on how successful you are, how good you're doing, how beautiful you are, how you attract the right people at just the right time. Start doing those. That counterattacks the self-limiting beliefs. Always, 100% of the time. Practice those and it'll be just fantastic. Let's go to October. Perfect. Ace of Swords, new mindset, new thinking, bright ideas. This is where your $1 million ideas come into effect. Woohoo! So with all that meditation, reflection, dealing with the past, all of that stuff, and getting over yourself in September, that is when the Ace of Swords comes in to give us that lightning bolt and epiphany. Now you got to act on it. In reverse, it means that you should miss the opportunity, so use your sense, right? Do your due diligence. If there's some sort of opportunity and it just doesn't sound right, don't do it. But if you've got an idea in your head and you want to follow through with it and you keep on getting the repeated messages, you got to get going, you got to do it, then I highly, highly recommend that you've got to go for it. This is a good idea. Trust me, when we get to 2016 and you tell me that already, you'll thank me later. Okay, so let's see what November will bring. The Tower. Now, the Tower is a major arcana card. It signifies a time of spiritual awakening. You've already started that process. It also is a time of sometimes letting go, possibly moving. It's about restructuring your lifestyle. So as this year goes through, there's powerful, deep stuff going on from within, and it's going to come out, and you're going to have to learn to use your intuition, to learn to trust what your spirit guides are saying. And the best part of this card is when you break down all of those limiting beliefs, when you break down everything, the foundation is strong and clear for you, and you can do anything you want. And you don't have all that extra baggage. Fantastic. It is kind of tough sometimes, though. In reverse, it could mean many, many things. Moving, bankruptcy, so watch your funds, losing items, a total breakdown, all of those things, but really it could be very chaotic. The thing is when we know that this is coming up, we already know, we've already been doing the work all year. This is going to be an actual magical experience for you. I quite like the Tower card because it signals just that time where you actually like are noticing what's going on with your angels and spirit guides. And you're going to start noticing all the signs. You're going to start listening to your dreams. You're going to start interpreting messages. You got this. You are one spiritual being, and that's awesome. Let's see what's up for December. Four of Wands. This is actually the marriage or union or living together card. So some of you singles that got together in May there may be moving in or hearing news of marriage. Woohoo! So congratulations if that's you. But this is about family, home, making everything good for you in your environment. It's about union, partnership, children, and oh, sorry. Oh, I thought there was a kid in this. Huh. Partnership, just being together, connections and relationships, and having that passion within the relationship that you know that you're committed for the long term. Downside to this card is like, you may be moving out from somebody, but that's where that death card came in, that you may be hanging on too long, so make sure you're assessing where you're at. What is your priority? What do you want happening in your environment? How do you want to live? Where do you want to live? And who do you want to spend majority of your time with? It's actually quite a beautiful year. That's very general reading there, but let's look at what's going on. Our takeaway card for the Ascended Masters. So we've got our takeaway card. See the other person's point of view. Now this is quite a card because this is about building relationships for the future. We've got a lot of things going on with family. We've got a lot of things going on with relationships, with self-love, love with ourselves. And that creates conflict sometimes. So even though the other person is trying to tell you stuff, other people are trying to give you advice, unless it's asked for, you've got to say, hey, I didn't really ask you for that opinion, so maybe you can keep it to yourself. I'm just working on things and working through stuff myself. But see that person's point of view. If you are struggling, then maybe they do have a point, right? So, or if your mom's nagging at you all the time and they just really want the best for you, so you can say, thanks, Mom, but I've heard enough already, so just give me some time to work it out. So this is very interesting card for us to have at the very end for our takeaway card. So I would have to sum up the whole year as compromise. That's the word that pops into my head. It popped in there as soon as I saw this card. So compromise, see the other person's point of view, make sure that your stance is clear in your own mind so that you can defend your stance if that's where you need to be. I see a few challenges. I feel that there's new beginnings. I feel that there's going to be a lot of new relationships blossoming. I feel that there is going to be a lot more happiness in this year for us. So, hold on to those. Treasure the moments. Know that you're safe, that you're protected and loved by your angels, guides, and God. And the universe does want to bring you whatever you desire. So just get clear on what you'd like and work towards it just step by step. You'll be seeing the signs of progress by the time we get to that Justice card. I promise. Anyways, I'm wishing you a fabulous 2015. Please be sure to check out the how to complete the New Year video. I'll be putting it up, like I said. And if you would like personalized one-on-one private reading with me, yours truly, just follow the link and I'd be happy to tell you your own personalized year in advance. I will be talking to you on the next video. Thanks for watching.